Hi, Floss Tube. I know you're not going to believe it, but I am back. Today is October 30th, and it's a Thursday. It's a sunny day here in southern Idaho, but cold. I think it's only, well, and it's probably 60 now. But anyway, it's been like 8 months since I've been here, and my family has had all kinds of medical issues, so I have been busy doing that and getting better. I just got over 8 weeks of mycoplasma pneumonia, which is horrible. Don't ever get pneumonia. And then my poor mom caught it, and she's 94. So we have her home with hospice coming in. She is getting better. We're not sure where she's going from here, but she gets better, and then she'll have a bad day, and then she'll have a good day, and kind of back and forth. So she is getting stronger. She's eating, and her vital signs are pretty good. So hopefully she's going to be on the mend. We're not sure yet. Anyway, enough about all that stuff. I have like 8 months of finishes to show you, and I have several things that are already stitched but haven't been fully finished. And then I have a retreat to talk about. I went to Dying to Stitch in Virginia Beach a couple weeks ago. And then I pulled some of my favorite fall cross stitch and decoration things that I've made to show. So we have a lot to talk about. I'm going to start with fully finishes, and no special order. I have a pile here, so I'm going to grab what's on top. The first one I have to show you is this one. It's the Little French Hen Needle Book by Stacy Nash. This is the pattern. And instead of French knots around it, I just put little red seed beads. This is the front, and this is the back, and that is cross stitching. It's kind of fun once you get going. There's a real distinct pattern to it, and once you get going, it goes pretty fast. It looks really cool. It's almost solid. So that's the back and the front, and then inside is just this big checker kind of gingham, and there's a hinge that's just knot with some seam tape, and then I tie this into a bow to close it. So that's a fun one. It's really cute. And these are just gray colors. They're not blues, but they come out looking blue. I used all the called for threads, and this is Picture This Plus, which Legacy 36 count. So there's that one. I'll put them on the floor so I don't get another big pile that's going to fall over. The next one I did, this is the 2025 needle case from Shepherd's Bush. This one's called Garden Needle Case, and I like to do these every year. That one, they come as a kit from Shepherd's Bush. This has a little snap here. So this is the outside of it. These are fun to do because they're fast and they're so cute. And they always, in the kit, they always give you the buttons. They give you the beads that go around the outside edge. I don't know if you can see those very well. And then it comes with the little piece of wool and the little flower and this finishing fabric, and even the snap and a needle. So everything you need is in the kit, and they make the cutest little needle cases. This one says sew a garden on the back, and it has plant and grow, and then on the front, stitch by stitch, and it has bloom, and what does that say? Oh, nurture. It's sideways. Right here it says nurture. So there's a little bee, a little heart button here. It's kind of crookedy. Anyway, these are fun. This is the one from last year that I did. If I can get it opened. That little snap is tight. This one says, "May your home be filled with love." And it has happy and joy, calm. It has bees and little flowers and a sheep. Over here, a sheep. And a bee skep. And a house. So this is last year's kit. And it came with all of this. Everything you see. The rickrack. And it has beads on the rickrack at every little bump. There's a bead that holds it on. So these are fun, just the needle case kits, and they come out every year. So there'll be a new one. I think they come out at market, so they're always coming out with a new one. Let's see. I'll get this book out of the way. I did The Sweet Bird Sings, and I chose to do the sewing roll. It's in this Blackbird Designs book. And let's see what it said about it. I used all the called for colors, and I used 36 count Heartland by Picture This Plus. This is it all wound up, or folded up, I should say. I have to undo my little latch here. First I'll show you the back. This is the stitching side. And it's not really big. It's probably 14 inches maybe, 13 or 14 inches. And you stitch all of this, and it went fast. I stitched it fairly fast. And then it has the instructions. These are pockets. So there's 4 pockets here, and a piece of wool up here to hold needles in this little pocket. And then it just folds at the pockets. So you have that. And you sew a button on at the top edge. And when you sew this all together and turn it, you put this piece in to tie it. You could use a piece of ribbon or whatever you want to tie it. Whoops, I did it wrong. You have to go clear around the whole piece. There we go. So it ties like that. And it's a really cute little sewing roll, and these birds are so pretty. The colors are really pretty. I enjoyed it. Typical Blackbird colors. It's really pretty. So that's that one. I think I might have showed you last time that I had done the little badger from the Animal Crackers series. And I finally got her all sewn together, and this is her little needle case that goes with. It has a teapot on the outside, and on the inside's a cup of tea. And then I had some Tilda fabric that matched this perfectly that I used for the inside and the back. And this is padded with Warm and Natural, so you can just put your needles in there, or if you want to put a piece of wool on there, you could. And when I joined the two together, I put the ribbon in so I can tie it here. But that is so cute. So that's the little needle piece that goes with the badger. And that was from the British series. She's so cute. That was fun to do. Okay, then I did some spring things. Yeah, her name is Clovis. Here's the pattern for it from Stacy Nash. So I think the first thing I did was Spring Trio by Brenda Gervais. And I got to see Brenda at Dying to Stitch, and it was so fun. So that made me very happy. So I did all three of these little pillows, and they are stitched on 36 count Winter Brew. Let's see, they kind of go the rabbit first. And what I did, I borrowed an idea from Kathy, Hands On Design, where I took this little bird and stitched it on perforated paper and then stuck it in just backed it with felt and put a pin in between and made a pin to go with the pillow. And I just have a little matching print on the back and then rickrack around the edges. This is Lady Dots Creates Vintage Rickrack. So there's the first of the trio. This is the second one. And this one, let's see, where did I get the little, I think it's off, I can't remember where I got the little, oh, it's a little kind of a strawberry is what it is. Off of the first pillow I just showed you. See the strawberry up in the corner? I stitched that and put it on the pin for this one, and it says Hello Spring on it. And same thing, I did the rickrack in the same fabric on the back. This is the cutest little fabric. I don't remember whose it is. I just buy little tiny prints for pillow finishing, and this one is so cute. It worked great. So that's what I did. That's the second one. And then the third one is a bird. And these look really cute in a dough bowl all together. And I took this little bird and put it on a pin as well. I think these would have showed up better if I had used white or off-white perforated paper. My perforated paper was brown, and so they kind of are dark. Next time I'll remember that and put them on lighter perforated paper. But I think these are really cute. And I have a fall trio to do, and I'm sure she's going to come out with a winter trio. In fact, I think she did. I just got it at Dying to Stitch. I'll have that, I think. So those are fun. Also in the spring, I think this one I've already showed you. It was stitched, but I hadn't fully finished it. So this is also with a needle and thread, Hello Spring. And it's got tulips and little bees and a robin with a nest of eggs and these purple, oh, what are those called? Like grape hyacinth or something. Hyacinths. And there's some more little beads and little things. And a butterfly. And of course a house. And I had this Tilda fabric that matched this blue border really well. And then this is more vintage rickrack from Lady Dot. The Lady Dot Dyer. So there we have Hello Spring. I am in the Scattered Seed Sampler club. Comes 4 times a year, and this year has been all birds. So I got this one done, and it's right here. I love the colors of this one. I think blue's my favorite color, so I really loved this one. It came with the charm. It comes with the ribbon. Comes with the backing fabric. I put the seam up the back on this one. It's just really cute. These are fun to get in the mail. You forget you're in the club and then it shows up in the mail. So these are really fun. So I have that one. I have another little who is this? This is Shepherd's Bush. This is Blessings Grow Fob, and it goes with the needle book. It's another little gardening. And so this has two sides to it. This was from the Shepherd's Bush retreat I went to a year ago, last October, that I had so much fun at. And that says Shepherd's Retreat. And then on this side, it says Blessings Grow. And it's got a bee scup and flowers and little bees. And it came with all the finishing, the beads. Those are beads holding the rickrack on. Came with that. And it's a scissor fob, or you could put it on as a zipper pull. It's just so cute. It's tiny and it's wonderful. I love it. And it comes, well, all of their stuff comes as a kit. And there were, there's a lot of beads. There's probably enough here to do another one. So you always get plenty of everything in their kits. So you never have to worry about running out of something and trying to substitute. Very cute. And it goes along with their garden theme, which was from the retreat last year. Oh, here's the pattern for Hello Spring that I showed you a minute ago. And then I have another needle roll kit. And this is a Lucy Beam Love and Stitches, and it's the tomato needle roll. And this I got through the Embroider Guild in Boise. I joined the Embroider Guild in Boise, and she came and gave a workshop, and I wasn't able to attend, but I did get the pattern and the kit and got it all stitched and finished. And this is it all wound up. It's another one with a button. And then, let's see, get this out. Well, get that out of the way. This is the design. I thought it was so cute. I love the tomatoes, of course. And then this is the other side. It has flannel, piece of flannel for the needles, and there's a pocket here. And it came as a kit with everything in it that you needed to finish it. So that is a fun one. It just rolls back up and then ties with the ribbon. So if you see that in her store, you can look for that. It's really cute. I love the tomatoes. Okay, and I think the last thing I finished is actually knitting. I finished my socks. I had one sock done, and I actually finished both of them. Yay! So here they are, all done. The first one I did, I don't know which is which right now, but it has several mistakes in it. But I learned from my mistakes when I made the second one. I didn't make the same mistakes. I probably made different ones, but I didn't make the same. So there are my finished socks. I really did it. Yay! Okay, now I'll show you what I have stitched but not fully finished. Oh, first I'm going to show you this doll because she's kind of in the way. This is a big doll I got at a craft bazaar we have here twice a year called Vintage Vixens. And this was made by an 83-year-old gal who makes the coolest dolls. This is Fall Fanny. And she just pieces things together. You never know what's going to be in your doll. There's just all kinds of patches, and I've got a patch on her neck here. And she's got a pumpkin. It says Old Jack, and some buttons on the front, and a patch on her dress, and then her checkerboard arms. Back doesn't have a patch, but she's got two different colored legs, and one of her legs has a patch. Anyway, I love her. She's so cute. So I bring her out in the fall. This lady makes the funnest little things for the bazaar. I have to get something every time. Who doesn't love that face? Okay, Fanny, you sit right there. Okay, so just hot off the press is With Thy Needle and Thread Quakers Snippets #1, the fall one. And I just finished it like yesterday. It was yesterday. So here it is. I love this little owl down here. And I love the squirrels and the acorns. I love Quakers, so I love all of it. And then at Dying to Stitch, I believe it was Roberta, put this little squirrel and acorn charm in a little package she gave me. And it goes perfectly. It's going to go on here when I finish it. And I'm going to cut a board for it. You can order boards from Chantel 141, and they actually have Brenda's With Thy Needle and Thread stamped on the back of this board. But I can just run out to my husband's shop and cut one of these real quick. So I will do that. I won't get the design on the back, but I'll get a board. So I'm going to finish it this way. I just need to cut the board. So there it is one more time. I really like the Quakers. The next ones I have here in my pile, it's a Heart and Hand Imprints Stitch and Maker. And these were fun. They stitched up fast. This is the Maker. They're small. I think they're about 2.5 by 2. So they're very small. I do have a frame I think that would fit one of them. And this is the Stitch one. And they're just cute. Cute little guys. So those were fun to make. Then I got another Lucy Beam Love and Stitches. This was a kit, and it's the Strawberry Scissor Fob Stitching Kit. I ordered it from her website, and it came with all the stuff to put it together. Like I say, I haven't finished it yet. It stitched up really fast, like in an hour, hour and a half. And it's a cute little strawberry, and you just sew around it and then put all these ribbons at the top. And it came with everything to finish it in the kit. They were out of stock for a while, but I haven't checked lately. They might be back in stock. This was the background fabric to put on the back. And it even comes with a piece of interfacing to put on the back of the strawberry. So you get everything you could possibly want in the kit to finish it. You just need the time, I guess. It doesn't come with time. Okay, there is that one. I thought it turned out really cute. You could put black beads on it if you wanted to, but it's just a little fob for your scissors. It's not very big, probably 2.5 inches high and then maybe 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches wide, but it's really cute. Then this was the next and the last one I've received, Scattered Seed design. I think this is the third one of the year, so there'll probably be one more towards the end of the year. And I have it stitched but not finished. This is a fun one. It's a strawberry one, of course, you can tell. And it's got little birds on each side, and then the strawberries and strawberry flowers and some little hearts. It's a cute one. All of hers are so cute, and they finish up really nice. And it came with, they're always packaged so nicely. I hate to take them apart. But you've got all the floss you need, and and there's plenty. You don't ever run out of floss. And it's on the card. And then it always comes with a charm. I'm losing my pattern here. With a charm. And what is this one? Oh, it's a bird. It's a bird charm. It's a bird sitting on a branch. And then this little ring is for the little strawberry. You can see it at the bottom down here, maybe. Yeah, it goes on top of the strawberry. And it comes with the backing fabric. This is the ribbon for the strawberry. This is the strawberry fabric. And this is the felt for the top of the strawberry. So I need to make the pillow and then make the strawberry that goes with it. But it comes with everything you need. So the kits are really fun because they're all complete. Then the last thing I have, I decided I wanted to do the summer schoolhouse series. And there are 4 patterns. And I decided I wanted to do them 1/1 on 28 count Lugana, which is tiny. The nice thing is it is even weave. So all your stitches, you don't split threads because it's even weave, and it just turns out so tiny and so cute when you're done. So the funny thing is there are 2 pieces in the last pattern that I had already done. I just had bought the last pattern and I loved this little horn book, and I stitched it, and I stitched this teeny weeny tiny strawberry from the 4th pattern, but I hadn't stitched any of the pillows. So those were already done, and I started at the beginning. And this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This has the most stitching on it. That house and the strawberry and the bird. But it is tiny. I mean, it looks like a tapestry almost because it's 28 stitches to the inch. Not over 2, it's over 1. So there are 28 stitches in every inch. And this is satin stitch, the grass, which is really easy on an even weave. It's straight up and down. So there is the first one. That's the biggest pillow. Then here's HIJK on this one with the girl. This is the 2nd pattern. And this has little strawberries around it. And she's holding a strawberry. And there's a bird and a flower. And in the same pattern is the boy, or the guy, whatever. And there's a bee skep and some birds and more strawberries, and he's giving her a flower. So this is LMNOP. And it's just really cute. And then QRSTUV. And it says remember me on it. I love the flag on the end of the house. And it's got strawberries and a bird and a nice planter of flowers and a couple of butterflies. This was a lot of stitching over 1. But they turn out so cute. And then the last one, WXYZ. And it has some kind of thistle flowers and birds and strawberries. So I just need to finish them all into pillows. But they're very, very cute. So this is Mushroom Lugana, 28 count. And that was the called for. So I did them just like Brenda called for. Okay, and then I have 1 whip going because I'm a monogamous stitcher. And I finished the snippets number 1 yesterday, and I got this pattern while I was at Dying to Stitch, and it's snippets number 2, and I was so into the Quaker thing that I just kept going with snippets number 2. These are the colors. I have them on a ring. I always put my, well, I'm going the wrong direction here. I always have my overdyes in floss away bags. So you can't really, there's the kind of aqua color. There's aqua and greens and red, and that's all that is the nose on the snowman, colonial copper. And this is on a little floss bling from Brenda Gervais with a little snowman and a little deer. I think it was in a retreat piece, in with a retreat piece I got a couple years ago. So that is that, and I just started it this morning. So where's the top? There's the top. All I'm doing is the first outline of the biggest motif in the center there. Yeah, you can almost see that. So I barely have it started, but it's got a little house down here, and these are snowflake-like Quakers. This is a plum pudding, and here are some little peppermints, and these are Christmas trees, and then the snowman. So I can't wait to get it stitched. It's going to be really cute, and these go fast, so it won't take me long to stitch it. Well, then, oh, I have 3 more finishes. I totally forgot. I went to Hobby Lobby. They were having half off on their frames, and I have never had anything framed or had a frame from Hobby Lobby, but I thought, well, I'll try them because they're half off. And I had 3 pieces that I have been wanting to get framed by a professional. We can't get the fancy molding that they can. So I took them in to Hobby Lobby, and they measured them up and made the frames, and then I brought them home and framed them. The first one, I stitched this a long time ago. It's a Blackbird Designs, and I have the stickers that go on the back, the card holders, and I haven't put them on, and I don't remember which book this is out of. It's an older book, but I just loved the colors, and I found this really cool gold metallic frame to go with it that I thought matched everything really well. So Hobby Lobby cut the frame, and then I brought it home and laced it and put it together and put the paper on the back. They sent this home with me, so all that came with it. So I thought that one turned out really nice. I really like it. I love this pink house. That's a cute one, and it's got strawberries and red bird and some Quaker quilting type motifs on it. I really like that one. And then, make sure this doesn't fall over. Last year at Shepherd's Bush, Brenda designed this for us, and it was on the garden theme for the retreat, and it's home as a garden of blessings where love grows and memories bloom. And I got it finished and got this frame at Hobby Lobby for it, and I really like the way it turned out. It's kind of a charcoal, it's not black, it's showing up black. It's more of a charcoal gray. And then it's got these leaves kind of carved in it, if you can see them, hold them up close. But it matches the house and the writing. I just love this. I love the little flowers in the window boxes and these 2 trees. This one has a nest. That must be the female, and this is the male robin. More grape hyacinths and the grass, and this lace around the edge for the border is so fun. It just looks so pretty. So I got that all finished and framed, and I love it. It's hanging on the wall. I had to remember to bring it up to show you, and then I almost forgot. But I just love this design. It'll be out probably next fall, I would imagine. Brenda will probably, well, I don't know when she'll release it. Maybe market. Who knows? She didn't tell us that. And the last one is another Brenda one. This is bigger. And this one, I can't remember the name of it. It's from last year or the year before. Doggone it, I don't remember the name. But this is the third one that I had Hobby Lobby do, and I thought this frame was perfect because the blues match so well. Blues and golds, and it just kind of makes everything pop. The house, the bird, all the blue colors, and the red stands out really good against it. This is another design that I just love. I love this little motif with the bee skep and the bees and the willow trees. Love those, and the blue house and the birds and flowers. I love it all. So that one was very fun to stitch. Okay, I think that's all my finished things now. This one actually has, this came with it in the retreat box, Where Love Grows 2025. It was on Summer Khaki by Zweigart and all the called for floss. And that was this one. And that was a retreat piece. So I imagine, I would guess that Brenda might release it at market in March. We can hope so. Because it is so pretty. I think everybody would love to stitch it. Okay, I was in Utah at this, it was Quilts Etc. shop. And I learned to knit, you know, with my socks. And I saw this, and I did not do it. Somebody did. It's completely hand knitted. It's a little lamb. See, look, there's her little tail. She has a dress on and little bloomers. She has this apron. She has, of course, the lamb itself is adorable. It has a little heart-shaped flower on the front. She's got socks with these little shoes on. I mean, is that adorable or what? I couldn't stand it. I had to buy it. And I would love to learn how to knit these. The gal at the shop teaches a class on knitting these little animals, but I live a little too far away to attend. I think it's about a 4 to 5 week class. But oh my gosh, it was so cute. I had to buy it. So that was something I got in Utah. That's her little dress. Look, her little dress even has a little kind of a heart pattern in it. Ah, so cute. I couldn't believe it. It was adorable. Okay, so I think, let's see. I brought in some of my favorite fall finishes that were up here just to show. I have tons of fall things, but I didn't want to drag them all upstairs. So I've seen a couple people doing some broom finishes. I think it was Nicole Spohr. I think it was Nicole. I may be wrong. I apologize if I'm wrong. But I have found these little brooms at antique stores, and I've bought them in the past just for finishing. And this is a Not Forgotten Farm, and it's 1/1 on, what count is this? Goodness. I believe it's 36 count, 1/1. And I think her name is Matilda Hornbuckle or something like that. I can't remember, but if you go to Not Forgotten Farm's website, you can find her right off. And she is just really cute. I just thought it would be really fun to do her really tiny and put her on a broom. So I just kind of made a little apron for the broom and tied it on. So if you wanted to, you could actually take it off and use the broom again for another design. This is just a bow tied around the top. But it does make a really cute finish for fall because you have your little sweet broom. I have another one that's even smaller, And this is a Brenda Gervais, and it's 1/1 on 28 count Lugana again. And this is an old pattern that I got off Brenda's website, which is Country Stitches Online. And you can go back and find it. It's just a tiny little pattern, just a little witch, and it's 1632 and some pumpkins. You can stitch this in a couple hours. And then I just seamed it up the back and tied a bow around the top. And this one would hang really easy. I guess the other one would too, because it's got a ring on it. They're made to hang up, I think, by the chimney or something. Whoops, wrong side. Anyway, this one was just a tiny little broom, and that fits on there perfectly. Those are really cute finishes. Then I have this little squirrel. This is a pattern of my own that I designed a few years ago, and just put it on I had this acorn fabric, and I thought, what could be better for a squirrel pincushion than acorn fabric? And then just kind of a grungy green on the back, and just made a little squirrel. This is fake fur, his tail, and that stuff is such a pain to work with. You can't just go cutting across any kind of fur fabric. All you cut is you take little tiny snips of the backing fabric, kind of part the fur, and just very carefully cut the backing and then pull it apart. The fur will stick together, but you just pull the piece off that you want. This is actually a flat strip about that long, and I glued pipe cleaner to it and made it in a kind of an arc. Well, S shape. I guess you'd call that an S shape. And then just kind of pulled the fur around so it looks like a tail. And this is just a needle with a little squirrel charm. Let's see if I can show it to you. Turn over the other way. There it is. With just a little squirrel charm that I just threaded through the eye of the needle and stuck in there. And it just hangs there. And the little squirrel's made out of wool, the body. And then I just put some embroidery stitches around the edging. But that was fun to make. I like making little animals and things, miniatures. This is a fun one. This is from Just Nan, and I keep it in a little dome to keep the dust off of it mostly. And it's a little owl. And it says Happy Fall on the little sign that came with it. And this comes with it. You can hang it if you want to. But it is so cute. You just do all this stitching. It has a little owl and a moon on the back. And then these are just little designs, and there's beads sewn into the designs. And then it has buttons. Yeah, buttons for eyes. And you fold this triangle over and tack it down, and that makes the beak and the head, kind of. And you stuff it from the bottom and put this little piece of felt on. It came as a kit, so it had everything in it, even this little flag. And that's one of the really fun things I've done. I have a little snowman mouse too that's a Just Nan. These are fun to make. And there's a lot more stitching on there than you think. I think it's about 36 count, and it's over 2 threads, but it's tiny. And there's quite a bit of stitching, but they are really fun to do. When you put them together, they turn out so cute. So that was one of my favorites that I wanted to show you. You've probably seen them before, but they're kind of fun to look at. Then I did this one, which is a blackbird design, and it's just got a little crow, and it says 31 for October 31, And it's got some beads. These are beads. The little black dots are beads. And I just put it in the pocket watch and tied a little silk ribbon on it. Those are fun to make. I like making those. This one is Stitching with the Housewives, Priscilla and Chelsea. My husband made me this little tiny ruler box, and I'll put this little gal in there with her little wagon full of pumpkins and a little crow sitting on it. It's so cute. I don't remember the name of it though, but it's on their website. I just ordered a PDF of it. And I stitched it 1/1 on mushroom Lagana, 28 count. And it just fit in there perfectly. It's so cute. She's pushing her little wagon full of pumpkins. Then I have this crow. This is a Heart and Hand. Kathy Campbell is her name, the designer. Heart and Hand pattern, and it's a wool crow. The whole thing is made from wool, and you embroider the tail feathers and the wings, and you make this little wool pumpkin and set it on top, and it has buttons for eyes, and then wool for the beak, and a ribbon with buttons on it around its neck, and it just fits in this little grapevine wreath that I have, and makes it sit up straight. So you put why can't I ever remember the name of these? Pipe cleaners in the back, in the feathers, so you can shape them and they stand up. The wings don't need them. They're double thick, double wool, and you turn them and then hold them on with a button on both sides. And it just sits in the middle of my fall display. But it's really cute on this little grapevine wreath. It just makes it sit up on the table. And the last one I have is a Brenda Gervais, of course. Whoops. And I did this one in a watch. This is out of one of her this little pattern has 3 of these. I think there's a witch and a cat and this boo or something. I can't remember the name of the pattern either, sorry. But I did this one in a watch, and then I hung it on an old doorknob. It had these holes in it, and I thought, I could hang my watch on that, and then it'll stand up as a display. So that's kind of fun. It's just something different, a different way to display it. And I just printed out the letters in different fonts, and like big letters and little letters, and then cut them out in little squares and glued them on there. So it's really fun. It's so easy, but it turns out so cute. It'd be a great gift if you have an old doorknob hanging around. So I think that's it for all the things I've made. I was going to tell you about our wonderful retreat at Dying to Stitch. I had a great time. That was October 15th through the 19th. It's the first time I've flown that far across the United States, and I still had the darn pneumonia. I still have a cough. And the worst thing about the pneumonia was the fatigue. For 4 weeks, I literally didn't get out of bed. I slept all day and all night. I was so fatigued. I had no energy. I just couldn't even do anything. And I still had quite a bit of that when I went to Virginia. But my cough had almost stopped. Well, I'm still coughing, but not like I had. And I was good in the mornings. I was ready to go, and we did a lot of activities. I met great new friends from Pittsburgh and all over. And we went up to Williamsburg to another shop called Liberty Hill, which is wonderful. If you're ever in the area, be sure to visit both Dying to Stitch and Liberty Hill. They're about an hour and 15 minutes apart, and they're both wonderful shops. And so They gave me a ride up there, my new friends, and we had. I was great until like mid-afternoon hit, and then I was the one sitting in the chair at the store waiting for everyone to get done because I was exhausted. And I missed out on the evening festivities in the stitching room because I just couldn't go that long. I had to go to bed. One evening, I was just going to go lay down and take a little nap at about 4:30 or 5. I woke up at 10:30. So the stitching room closed at 10, so I was out of time for that. But I was just exhausted. But it was awfully fun. We got, of course, a lot of little prizes that everybody would leave at your table. And I'm not sure I know everyone that gave them to me, but at the luncheon on Saturday, the last day, they did door prizes. And I was lucky enough to win this as a door prize, and it is absolutely amazing, amazing. And I just remembered I forgot to bring out the gift from Dying to Stitch, which was a project bag with a needle book and scissors in it. It was fabulous. Handmade. One of the gals made all the project bags for the whole retreat. I think 125 of them. And they were wonderful. And you know what? I also forgot to grab the retreat piece. It's right here. Hang on. I will be right back in the picture. This is what Brenda designed for the retreat. And of course, it came in this fabulous box. It's Blessed Bee, and you open it up, and there are all of the threads, which are beautiful. And this is R&R Vanilla Bean, I believe, is the name of the linen. I'm pretty sure. I'll check, make sure. It came with this really cute little notebook that matches. This is the pattern, which is absolutely fabulous. It says, "Blessed be the labor which bedecks our fancy work with grace and beauty." And of course, she had a story about the woman that she found that verse in an antique book. And she had a really fun background story about the woman that wrote that and about the woman and her career and her life, and it was really fun. And so it's in the Quaker theme, which I love. I just love Quakers. I can't wait to start this. And then there was also a needle minder that matches. And Brenda collects antique postcards, and so she made needle books with this antique postcard on the front. And then it came with this sticker to go on the back of the finished piece. So everything was in the box, and it was very wonderful. I loved it. I do love it, and I can't wait to start it. So that was the retreat piece, and I can't wait to get that started. So there's another thing to stitch. And one of the gals, she has a floss tube, and it's vintage cottage stitches. She gave me this cute frog to hold my orts, and it had scissors in it and a really cute frog stitched needle minder on a button. It is so cute. It says, "Hi, my name is Nell. I'm here to tell that I have cast a spell. Please keep these frogs nearby your side so you may see your needle fly." There's a whole little story about this. It's vintage cottage stitchers. And in here, I almost dropped it, is this really cute little frog salt or pepper shaker, either one, to put your used needles in, to keep your used needles in. Isn't that cute? So you can just drop them in the holes up here and keep your used needles in there. And then there was a needle threader, a wire needle threader, and this really cute little frog. It's like prohibit the frog, no frogs allowed, scissor fob, which is darling. And oh, this one came out of a different one, never mind. I think that was all that was in that one. Oh, except for she sent me these. No, that was hers. That was from her. Where did that go? This little ghost, this little Halloween, it matches these little cards that were in the frog ort jar, and a label for the back of a fall stitch. So really, really cute gift. Amazing. And this is Deanne. It's Vintage Cottage Stitches, and that's her Floss Tube name, and her name is Deanne. So we all need to go watch her Floss Tube, and I follow her on Instagram, and she's on there a lot. Lenny made this little bag. My friends Lenny and Roberta from the Sable Stitchers were at the retreat, and Lenny made everybody a covered button and one of her crocheted flowers, and they all had a little charm on them. And then this bag, first there's a scissor fob that says scary. There's a little tiny jar of tiny little buttons for finishing. And then all these ribbons in here for finishing. Rickrack, ribbons, cording, all kinds of little finishing pieces, which is an excellent idea, Lenny. So cute. Thank you so much. And then I got from Karen, KBIVS Stitching. And she made little pumpkin beeswax. It's upside down, but it's a pumpkin. Thanks, Karen. That was a really good idea. And I believe this came from Dying to Stitch in our bag. And Roberta gave me these. Yep, Roberta Lyle. And this really cute little package and these really cute little floss cards. They're all different owls. Well, not all different. There's two different owls. There's that owl and that owl. They're very pretty. They came in this really cute little envelope. And then this came from Hummingbird Cottage Stitches. That's Carrie. And this is a stitching emergency kit. And inside are all kinds of things. We have this little plastic box that fits really good in a project bag. And she has, this was her card. There's two little, whatever they're called, you know, these things. And a little label that you can hang on a ring, a little pair of scissors, a little piece of felt heart with a 26 needle, and then a couple of floss cards that she made, and this needle threader. So all of that was in this little clear plastic, oops, I just dropped the needle threader. Oh, it's right there. In this little clear plastic box. And it's perfect to stick in your project bag, and it has everything you need. So that was really fun. And another gal, and I don't remember her name, made these. Aren't they cute? She painted the wooden bowl and then put the wool for a pin keep in and made the beautiful pins. So that was lovely. Thank you. I don't remember your name. I remember what you look like. I'm not good at names. And I also got this, and I'm not sure who this was from. It may have been Roberta, but it's really pretty. And another spooky for a scissor fob. And then Anne from Dying to Stitch gave me this Stitchy BFF scissor fob, which is so cute. So thank you to everyone who made all these wonderful gifts. And I don't know who made this, but it is wonderful. This little basket, and it's got pocket on this side. It's very well made. I just love it. So I think that is everything. Is that 8 months worth? I was sick so much of the time between my foot surgery and my husband had both of his knees replaced 3 months apart. So he just got one fixed and then got over one pretty much and then started with the next one. And then my mom was in the hospital in March for 4 days, and she got out the day before I took him for his first knee surgery. Then I got pneumonia the first day of September, and then the end of that, my mom caught it and went in the hospital for 12 days, and then we just brought her home. So she's home trying to recover from that now. Keep your fingers crossed and say prayers for my mom, because she's 94 and one of her lungs has collapsed and they really can't do any surgery on her. So she needs our prayers, and she is getting stronger. Her vital signs are still good. So we're just hoping she gets back on her feet. What else? Oh, I wanted to thank everybody. There were several people that reached out to me to see if I was still alive and still okay, and I am. And I just wanted to jump on here real quick and do this Floss Tube so I could get it out and about and everybody know that, yes, I am still breathing. So at this point, and hopefully 2026 is going to be a much better year, especially for family health problems. And anyhow, thanks for all of you asking about me and sticking with me. And I will see you again soon. Thanks, and have a great, let's see, Halloween is tomorrow. So have a good Halloween, safe Halloween, and we'll be into the holiday season soon. So I think I'm going to start, well, I'm already starting on Christmas. So I'm going to work on some Christmas things and get ready for that season. So we'll see you soon, I hope. Bye-bye.